Alrighty guys, welcome back to another very special episode of Grim Reaper RC, and I have the 1/18th scale, 1/24th scale style vehicles on the bench. We're going to be going through each and every little one, and I'm going to be telling you guys, well, I'm not a Debbie Downer, but I'm going to be telling you guys why I'm not a big fan of the 1/24th and 1/18th scale vehicles, and I'm going to be telling you guys why I do like them, but mostly why I don't like them, because you guys don't ever see them on the channel. These are kind of my personal fun vehicles that I use inside, so before ado, let's get right into the video. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification button. That way you guys get notified whenever I upload a really cool or informational video just like this one, or one where we go through and talk about different brands, different companies, or even just like the previous video, we talk about the Nintendo Switch, which is brand new technology that just came out. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Before we do though, I have something to show you guys real quick. I did actually get to take out a Sauron Lightbeat X, and it is snowing and currently raining, downpouring. It was -2 yesterday at the time of filming, when I was filming yesterday. Absolutely freezing cold, so I can't really be doing anything outside, but I did actually get the chance to take out a Sauron Lightbeat X, which was absolutely insane. It was, I believe, the 60-volt version, and it was absolutely so fast. It had the 19-inch tires on it. I was able to do some donuts and a few drifts. So before we get into this little build breakdown, let's go ahead and throw those clips in. Its size, it is a few inches shorter than a dirt bike. It's about, I'd say about 10 inches shorter than a dirt bike if you really want to get down to it, with the fairing and everything like that, which makes it so much more maneuverable. You can keep it in so much more places, and you can probably even fit it in the back of your car. You guys know I'm a big fan of Hoonigan. You guys have seen the wall also. We have the Losi Pro Moto. We have the Traxxas Slash 4x4. I am not specific to any brands. Many of you guys have been commenting in previous videos saying that I'm specific to one brand, and that is not the thing at all. As you guys can see, I do have Traxxas models right here, a few of them. I do have an MST RMX 2.0, Axial, Traxxas, Losi. That was one of my first RC cars right there. We do have the Arma Felony. I'm working on a secret project right now that is going to use this. Some of you guys can probably guess what it is already. Again, Traxxas, Losi, Traxxas. We do have Tamiya. I'm also a very big fan of Tamiya. We have HPI, as you guys have seen. That's what we're doing this video on today. RC Sparks Beast 2, RC 4-wheel drive. I love all of my RC cars. I think they're absolutely perfect. I love RC cars. I love dirt bikes. I love real cars. Anything with wheels that goes super fast that I can drift, hoon, or have fun with, I am an absolute big fan of. So getting right into it, some of the main things, I'm just going to fly off the handle and start telling you guys some of the things that I am not that big of a fan of, is the suspension. I'm not that big of a fan of the suspension on these smaller vehicles. The electronics have gone such a far away. This right here is one of my first RC cars. If you guys look back on my channel about 10 years ago, I uploaded a video on this very channel 10 years ago of this exact RC car. And actually this number right here was the number that I was during my hockey season because of this car right here. So this car has been a huge part of my basically childhood life. Growing up, I did actually freshly rebuild it. It has basically all brand new parts other than the front bumper, the body, the chassis, skid brace for the motor. We have the original shocks. We have the original shock towers, body posts, internals. We have the original hubs and everything like that. But all of the other tie rods, the bottom chassis plate, the steering components, all of the electronics and everything like that have been completely upgraded to be more so in the 21st century. Well, it was in the 21st century, but more so 21st century with technology-wise. This thing was basically a dinosaur in the RC world, and I actually really love this car. It's one of the best RC cars in the world and got me into the hobby, so of course I'm gonna love it, but I think it is one of the actual best 1/18 style vehicles. It's basically the pre-1/16 scale E-Revo, but even though everybody knows 1/18, this is both actually 1/18, and one is much bigger than the other. So 1/16 for Traxxas. Who even knows? Traxxas is so wrong with their sizing and scale that it really does alter all of the other hobbies and brands and stuff like that. But when it comes to smaller crawlers and things like that, they are super difficult. They're not the absolute best in the world. Now, they are easy for everybody to get into, especially with their price points, in and around $100 for one of these right here. I'm pretty sure all of these are in and around $100 other than the upgrades on this beast right here. Now, this right here, these two, I love these two. I'm a huge fan of them. I love the Axial SEX24 lineup. I even love how scaled the little parts are on the inside. It comes with a high lift, some gas tanks, and the sleeper on the top. I believe this was $124 from Horizon Hobby when I purchased it. Put some brass weights up on the front and some front bumper that is a little bit more of high clearance so that I can crawl over remotes and stuff like that, or whatever is in the shop. You can basically see the tire size difference and everything like that too. Now here is the thing. The TRX4 isn't the best crawler in the world. I'm not sure if it's because of the tires. I'm not sure if it's because of the motor system or just the way that it's weighted and everything like that. But the SEX24 does just crawl much better out of the box. You guys can even see that the suspension is so much more soft, whereas on the Bronco, it's much more firm. And I've actually driven one of these exact Broncos in real life, and it is much more soft than this is set up. Even when crawling it basically through dirt and sand and everything like that, it's much more soft of a suspension. And yes, I have been actually inside of a Jeep Gladiator, and the Jeep Gladiator is actually a little bit more firm when you think about it. It's a little bit more of like a Willys Wheeler when in comparison. I do believe that Ford has a slightly better setup for suspension when it comes to crawling, especially on their Sasquatch edition of the Bronco. But when it comes to the Gladiator, I mean, if you put the Fox Racing suspension on there or the KMC High Lift, especially with the stock suspension, it just does not act that well, especially on 1/18 scale crawlers. Now we're going to talk about why I'm not a big fan of these. Now, it's because they don't crawl too well. You can't do too many things with them. They're super small, and they're kind of hard to work on. There's not that many big parts to upgrade with them. I would much rather a 1/10 scale vehicle that I can take out and go for a walk with. This keeps it so you're stuck. Basically, I can use this whole shop as a crawling studio, and I have, which that video will be linked in the description box down below. So I think it's much better to take out 1/10 scale vehicles. These are super cool, and if this is the only thing you can afford and the only thing that your kid wants to even get into the hobby, or it's something that you want to get into the hobby, then definitely do it. But if you're looking to just get something extra, just throw the parts into your 1/10 scale vehicle. You definitely won't be disappointed. I do think everybody should have one of these smaller vehicles. I don't think you should have multiple, though. I think one is definitely plenty when it comes to these small size vehicles. With the bigger ones, if it's going to get you outside more, then definitely buy a bunch of them. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Grim Reaper RC today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification button. That way you guys get notified whenever I upload a really cool or informational video just like this one. And I am uploading every single day in the 2025 season, which is absolutely insane. I did show you guys what is on the wall. I do have a bunch of hidden projects that I am working on, and a bunch of collaboration projects that I am working on between a bunch of different companies. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I'm so excited to see where this channel goes with uploading every single day in the 2025 season. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the very next episode of Grim Reaper RC, which will be airing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.